Hey, it's me, Tammy B, and this is my review for Dancing Dolls. So here we are, guys. We're in season 2, episode 18, and it was called The Big Apple and the Bitter Apple. I think it was called The Big Apple is because they went to New York, and I want to say maybe the Bitter Apple has to represent the coach from Prancing Tigerettes who acted kind of crazy at the end. So let's just start from the top, you guys. So now they're practicing for this current battle. It's called the No Excuse Competition in Goodman, Mississippi. And they're going against a few people, but their main rival in this competition is the Prancing Tigerettes. So they won against the Prancing Tigerettes the last time, but they know that, well, everybody is coming for the Dancing Dolls all the time. So, they know they had to be ready for them. So the Prancing Tigerettes, the coach name is Quincy. They showed them practicing. It was pretty good. They're black and white studio. So they do seem to be very precise as a team. So this stand battle looked like it would have been a really good fight. So basically there's a trio competition and then the stand battle that Dancing Dolls is going to participate in. So for the trio competition, they picked Christiana, Cameron, and Micaiah. And I think there's a Micaiah and a Michaela. So they be confusing me, but I think I wrote it down right as Christiana, Cameron, and Micaiah for the trio. So we thought that was going to be interesting. And then they had captain's battle. And I always like the captain's battle. I really like this whole little idea of doing a different captain every time. But I do like Cameron. So I do kind of feel like, hey, after all that work, it should be her. But I'm not going to lie and say I don't like the battles each week. So Cameron, Christiana, and Michaela did captain's battles, and it ended up being Christiana. And I was gonna pick Christiana too. Christiana has really good technique, or she's really precise. Michaela seems like she has a lot of like style and pizzazz, and I think I said that in my last video. Now that I'm thinking about it, and Cameron went first, and she started off bomb. But next time, I think, well, first of all, Cameron just need to bring it. Don't worry about how everybody else is dancing. But next time, I hope they let the other people go first, and then let Cameron go, so she can see like, okay, this is what I'm up against. This is what I have to do. Because I think Cameron can do anything that they ask her to do. It's just that it seemed like she don't know when to do it, really when to do it. And I mean, she does need that leadership as a captain. So maybe me saying that kind of make you think, oh, well, maybe she shouldn't be captain. But what I'm saying is, I think if the coach be like, okay, do this today or do that today, she can do it, and then she can advise tell the other girls to do it. So in that sense, I think she'll be a good captain. The other thing that happened was the girls got invited to New York City by a famous choreographer. She's done stuff for Beyonce. That's all I remember them saying. But a few people. And so she seems really good. Her name is Tanisha Scott. So she invited Diana and 6 girls to New York. The people who went were Cameron, Christiana, Kayla, Sanjay, Kinjanae, and Michaela. And then 2 parents got to go, which was Mimi and Tina. Mimi being Cameron's mom and Tina being Kayla's mom. And of course, instantly when Selena heard Sanjay was going, Selena was like, oh, we going to New York. We going to New York. And they were like, so they let her do her little gloating for a little bit. Then Mimi and Cameron had to break the news. Mimi and Tina had to break the news. Sorry, but we're going to New York, not you. And she's like, what? This is silly. She trying to kick my girls out. Now she don't want to let me come. Like, I like Selena. She extra and she over the top. And her hair was actually really cute. I don't really like blonde hair, really, but I think that little crinkly hair looks really cute on her or whatever. So that's a blonde dude that I like. So she looked really nice and she's really fun, but I know sometimes she is just way too much. So they go to New York and it looks fun. They're sightseeing. They even get to dance on, I'm assuming they're on New York Boulevard or New York Avenue. But not dance like formally, just in their regular street clothes, and somebody was playing a song and they just busted out a dance. So that was cute. So Miss Diana was kind of encouraging them, saying, you guys never been here. Look how big the place is, the buildings. You could be here one day. You could be dancing. All the buildings out there seem to have. I actually have never been to New York yet either. So, but all the buildings now have I want to say jumbotrons, if you will, or TVs on them playing different stuff. So she was just trying to tell them, that could be you dancing on that TV on the side of the building. So they met with the lady, and she was pretty cool. She had a great spirit, a nice smile. But it kind of seemed like she was teaching them basic moves. Like compared to all the bucking and stuff that they be doing, the little 8 count seemed real easy. But I'm pretty sure once they mesh it all together and put their own little stank on it, it would be cute. But they was doing a little whine, and she kind of did some little move with the foot or whatever. So it was cool to see her story. And she also told them that she wasn't a trained dancer. She just loved to dance and loved to freestyle. She would be at dance battles in the club. So one day she went to a competition, and I don't think she got in or audition or something, but somebody picked her like, hey, I like your style. Like, can you show me this or something? So she ended up choreographing for people after all. And like I said, I remember Beyonce, of course, because that's one of my favorite artists. But, I think there was a few people that they named that she worked with doing music videos and things of that nature. So that was good. And that was pretty much it as far as New York. Yeah, so we get back to Mississippi, and it is the dance battle. So they were practicing before, and the practice did not look that good to Diana and Kayla. So they decided to cut the trio all together. The trio, once again, it was Christiana, Cameron, and Micaiah, who was supposed to do a trio, and because the intro didn't look right, she cut it. And I don't know why she did that. Like, no one liked that idea. The girls were sad about. Cameron was like, I rather would have just came in second than to cancel. And even I want to say it was Tina, Kayla's mom, was like, she always teaching these girls don't quit, or that trophy don't mean nothing, so she shouldn't have let them pull out of the competition or pull them out. And I agree. And then I also feel like, okay, so what happened was it's a trio, but they have an intro with a bunch of other girls and then the trio. So the intro looks like that's the part what sucked. So you could have took them girls out of intro and just let Cameron, Christiana, and Micaiah bust it. Because from my understanding, those were three of the ones who were in New York. So I know they practiced their part good and could have killed it because they were with you. So I didn't really like that, and it didn't seem like none of the people none of the parents or even the girls like getting pulled out of the trio. But in Miss Diana's defense, she was like, I know when to let them dance and I know when not to. And this did not seem like it was a good time. Like, I understand not letting them think it's okay to quit, but I also teach them to not put out bad quality product or a bad quality production. So she felt it was one of those lessons, and that side is understandable too. But we watched all the other teams, and I'm pretty sure the Dancing Dolls could have beat them, or at least second, but I think they could have beat them. And sometimes when you shaky, when you practicing, you dry practicing, it's not good, but when you get on the stage for real, you just bust it. So that could have happened. But anyway, let's not go on to that. They didn't do the trio. The next was the stand battle. So it was the Pearls against the Tigerettes first. And then, which one is the guy? Oh, so I forgot what it called. Pearls of Perfection went against the Prancing Tigerettes. So they battled. And the Dancing Dolls have been prepared to try to battle against Prancing Tigerettes, but Prancing Tigerettes end up losing, you guys. And I think they were so lackluster in this round because they were saving their energy for the dolls. So because they were saving their energy, the Prancing Tigerettes ended up losing the first stand battle. And then another thing that happened, the Pearls, the Perfection Pearls or whatever, I'm just calling them the Pearls. After they did a battle, they did this one thing where everybody did a heel stretch, and then they just all did death drops, but by one by one. So it was at least 5 people. So it was after the music had stopped. So Quincy, the Prancing Tigerettes coach, he felt that was cheating and that the other team should get disqualified for going over time and that they should win. And he fussed and cussed at the judge about it, or the little announcer. and she went to ask the judge about it, but she was like, "Look, the judges said their decision stands and that the Pearls won." So that made Quincy mad, y'all. So he all huffing and puffing, talking about, "I got a bad attitude right now." Like, I've never heard a guy say that before, but I have such a bad attitude right now. Let's go. We going. We out the building. He gonna say, if they don't change the verdict, then I'm leaving. But in my head, I was like, just before they told him they didn't change it. In my head, I'm like, if they don't change the verdict, you leaving anyway because you ain't. I mean, you could have stayed in the crowd, I guess, but I'm like, you wouldn't have won. So if they don't change the verdict, you leaving either way. So he was just going on and on, you guys. So I think he was the bitter apple. So anyway, the Dancing Dolls end up going against the Pearls of Perfection, and they were from Georgia. They said they drove 9 hours, so they were here for it. And they had some nice uniforms, and they were precise. So their name matches Pearls of Perfection. Like, their moves were perfect, but come on now, you know DD4L, they brought it. Despite the fact that half of them was in New York, not half, but some of them was in New York, some of them stayed at home. Practice was ran by somebody else, but they killed it, you guys. Christiana, I think I said earlier, Christiana won captains battle this week. So Christiana killed it when she came out there, and you know how they do the little few counts before the team jump in on the stand battle. She killed it. Like, she had energy. She got all the way low on each move. Christiana killed it. And then the other girls, although they were perfectionists in their other moves, they did that heel stretch thing, and they were like wobbling. One of them was all leaning down with their stretch. So they blew it on the heel stretch. So then when Christiana busted it out, or when it was the Dancing Dolls next time, Dancing Dolls busted out a bomb little battle. And then at the end, of course, we had our favorite heel stretcher, Cameron. I want to say Sanjay. I couldn't pick up all the heel stretchers, but Christiana and Cameron, for real, they did the heel stretches, like 3 or 4 of them in the front. They held it, and boom, y'all, it was just like perfect. Like, didn't move, didn't shake, didn't wobble, and they held it for a while. Like, they held it till the rest of the girls finished the stands, and then it was like boom, and they all dropped at the same time or something like that. So they killed it, you guys. So they didn't do the trio. So the Pearls of Perfection won the trio. No, actually, the Prancing Tigerettes ended up winning the trio, you guys. But he left. So they didn't even get to do their trophies. So that was so messed up. I understand the coach was mad, but you didn't even let your girls get to win because they won first place on the trio. So they won. Prancing Tigerettes won first place on the trio, and then the Perfection girls, or Pearls girls, won second, I believe, because Dancing Dolls didn't do the trio. So then on the stand battle, Dancing Dolls won, you guys. Woo! Yeah, so the Dancing Dolls won, and I believe maybe Pearls of Perfection probably came in second for the stand battle or whatever. Well, oh yeah, because it was just between them two, so clearly Dancing Dolls won. And then they came in. So that was the episode, you guys. That was Dancing Dolls. So I guess we will be back next weekend for the next battle. All right, you know what's up. Give me the thumbs up on this video. Check me out. My Facebook page for this is It Is Me, TamiB. So hit me up on Facebook. You can check me out on Twitter at TamiB_. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Today's Sunday, so enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day, as well as blessed and wonderful week. So until next time, bye.